Just when you thought 1923 had closed the book on its most dramatic chapter yet, the truth comes riding in like a storm on the Montana plains. This story is far from over. In fact, the fire's only just been lit. Season 2 left us reeling with heartbreak, betrayal, and questions that echo louder than ever. But as the dust settles, one name refuses to be forgotten: Elizabeth. Whether you've championed her resilience or questioned her every move, there's no denying she's become one of the most polarizing and fascinating characters in the entire 1923 universe. And now, rumors are roaring through the Yellowstone fandom like wildfire. Could Elizabeth be stepping into the spotlight with her very own spin-off or massive Season 3 storyline? That's right. With so many fates still uncertain and the Dutton legacy hanging by a thread, all eyes are turning toward Elizabeth. What role will she play in the battles to come? Will she rise as a fierce symbol of strength and survival, or become the spark that sets off an entirely new conflict within the Yellowstone saga? In this video, we're peeling back every layer, leaks, behind-the-scenes whispers, and overlooked clues to uncover what Season 3 might have in store. And trust us, if Elizabeth is truly the next major player, we could be witnessing the start of a brand new era for 1923, one that redefines the story. You thought you knew? So saddle up, Yellowstone fans, because if what we've uncovered is true, the next chapter isn't just a continuation, it's a reckoning. Elizabeth's future, by the end of the 1923 finale, is left so wide open that it barely feels like an ending, it feels like a prologue. After the shocking loss of Jack in the penultimate episode, Elizabeth doesn't just walk away, she staggers into a lonely, uncertain future as a pregnant widow cloaked in grief. And here's the wildest part: despite everything she's endured, not a single character truly stops to acknowledge her pain. Her suffering, her silence, her strength, all are pushed aside. How can that be? This woman was on the brink of becoming a Dutton, a name that doesn't just symbolize family, but legacy, land, and the unbreakable threads of power and pain that stretch across generations. She was carrying their future, the future woven into the very bloodline that built the Yellowstone empire. And yet, when her world came crashing down, when her heart shattered in the aftermath of Jack's death, the rest of the family barely blinked. No rallying around her, no fierce protection, just silence. It was jarring. It was cold. And for fans who know the Duttons as fiercely loyal to their own, it was downright surreal. That's when the questions began to snowball across the fandom. Did she lose the baby? Was she exiled in shame? Or worse, forgotten altogether? How could someone so intrinsically tied to the future of the Duttons be treated like a mere footnote in her own tragic story? But hold on, because this isn't the end of Elizabeth's arc. It's the origin story of something much bigger. Michelle Randolph, the actress behind Elizabeth, dropped a quiet bombshell in a recent interview. Yes, Elizabeth is still pregnant in that final scene. Let that sink in. Because even if 1923 had ended right there, with that heart-wrenching silence, that one truth changes everything. A baby still on the way means her story isn't finished, it's just beginning. A whole new chapter is waiting in the wings. One that could completely redefine what we think we know about the Dutton legacy. Michelle went even deeper, confessing that she had to invent a backstory just to make peace with Elizabeth's abrupt departure. Elizabeth walks away pregnant. We assume she's going back to Boston. We don't know where she's going, she said. That kind of narrative ambiguity, it's not an accident. Not in a Taylor Sheridan series. When the actors don't know what happens next, it usually means something big is coming, and Sheridan's holding his cards close to the chest. And let's face it, he's done it before. Yellowstone, 1883, now 1923. He has a signature move. planting seeds of spin-offs right in the ashes of what look like endings. It's become part of his storytelling DNA. Unresolved arcs, sudden exits, emotional cliffhangers. These aren't dropped threads. They're clues. And fans are starting to piece them together. All signs point to one thing. A spin-off centered on Elizabeth is not only likely, it's necessary. Imagine it. A brand new series that follows Elizabeth as she escapes to Boston, alone and grieving, raising Jack's child amidst a world of whispers and societal expectations. The war may be over, but her personal battles are just beginning. Eventually, she finds her way back to Montana, older, wiser, hardened by loss. And when she returns to Yellowstone, she doesn't come back as a widow. She comes back as a mother, a Dutton, and possibly the only person left who can carry the legacy forward. Because here's the real twist: the baby she's carrying might not just be important. He or she might be the key to the entire Dutton bloodline. Think about it. John Dutton. Kevin Costner is 5th generation. But the math doesn't work for Spencer to be his grandfather. That leaves only one path open: Elizabeth's unborn child. This child could be the missing link, the bridge between the wild frontier of the 1920s and the Yellowstone ranch we see today. And if that's true, then Elizabeth's story isn't just personal, it's pivotal. Without her, the Dutton legacy may never have survived. Which brings us back to Jack's death. It was sudden, brutal, and it's still not just a character but a love story in full bloom. Jack and Elizabeth had fought so fiercely to be together, and just when it felt like their story was beginning, it was ripped away. No closure, no final goodbye, just silence. Even Michelle admitted she had to reread the script because it didn't feel real. That same disbelief echoed through the fandom. It felt wrong because it was unfinished. We need to see Elizabeth grieve, to see her haunted by memories of Jack, to watch her wrestle with what it means to raise a Dutton child alone, in a world that has already taken so much from her. Her story deserves more than a passing glance. It deserves depth, resolution, respect, and Michelle knows it too. "I don't feel like I have a full sense of closure either," she said. That statement isn't just a reflection of how she feels about the character. It's a message to all of us. This isn't over. So, as a longtime fan of 1923 Yellowstone and every thread of this sprawling saga, I truly believe this is only the quiet before the storm. Elizabeth's return could reshape the entire legacy. She's not just carrying a baby, she's carrying the future of the franchise. In fact, I'll go one step further. If there's one story that could unite the timelines, answer the lingering questions, and deliver the emotional punch fans are craving, it's hers. And that's why we need this Elizabeth spin-off right now. But hey, that's just my take. What do you think? Of course, there's been no official word yet from Paramount Plus. But are you really surprised by the delay? We know Taylor Sheridan has a lot on his plate. Between wrapping up Yellowstone, developing 6666, the untitled McConaughey spin-off, and 1944, there's no shortage of Dutton content in the pipeline. But none of those are set during Elizabeth's era. None of them pick up the emotional thread left hanging at the end of 1923. And that's exactly why this new show will not only act as 1923 Season 3, but also as the bridge between 1923 and 1944. Let's not forget Taylor Sheridan clearly sees something special in Michelle Randolph. He cast her not only in 1923 but also in his other hit series, Lawmen. That's no coincidence. If you've followed Sheridan's work, you know he loves to elevate standout talent by giving them expanded roles and even entire spin-offs. And with Elizabeth's story still wide open, this could be her moment to lead. So here's to the hope that Elizabeth's story isn't over, that she gets the spotlight, the closure, and the redemption arc she truly deserves. Imagine a brand new series diving into her next chapter, the trials of motherhood, and her role in shaping the future of the Dutton dynasty. I don't know about you, but I'd absolutely watch that. Would you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely love reading your theories, your insights, and all the wild predictions that make this fandom so much fun. Seriously, this community is what makes these videos worth making. If you're as obsessed with the Yellowstone universe as I am, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown, update, or behind-the-scenes scoop. Your support means more than I can say. It's what keeps this channel alive and thriving. Thanks again for riding along on this journey with me. I'm beyond grateful to have you here. And hey, before you go, check out the video playing right now on your screen. It's packed with even more theories, details, and Dutton drama you won't want to miss. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and I'll see you back at the ranch.